Hi, everybody. I'm Chicago psychic, medium, and intuitive consultant Mel Dorr. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Um, Earlier on today, I recorded a video with Linda Grindle, and I don't know what I did wrong, but evidently, I don't know what happened. I'll figure it out. But normally we do it with a split screen, but for some reason today there was a glitch. And we, when I played back the recording, we weren't able, for some reason, it wasn't a split screen. So when I talk, you'd see me talk. And then when Linda would talk, you'd see her talk, but we didn't get the interplay that normally we have because the screen wasn't split. So I talked to Linda about it, and I'm going to go ahead and put up the video because we had some great questions and some great answers. And then what I'll do is I'll just take this piece and splice it onto that so that at least everybody will know what's going on. I'll be on Linda's show in 2 weeks on Monday. But once again, thank you for watching and thank you for being understanding. And I hope you enjoy the show. Hi, everybody. I'm Mel Dorr. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Chicago's psychic medium and intuitive consultant. And I'm so happy today. I've got Linda Grindle with me. Kisses.
Linda G in the house.
Linda G is the star of the show.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How are you, sweetie?
Good, good.
I love your blouse of many colors. That is so cool.
This old thing.
Oh, this old thing.
This old thing.
So, you know, before we came on, Linda and I were talking about California, and I asked her if they'd had any rain, and she said no. So let's lead off with that. People are asking if I see rain coming to Northern California. And my guides show me rain, maybe not as much as you all would like, but I do see rain coming.
I see a good rain coming in the wintertime.
Well, I see a little bit more rain coming in the winter than what you all had last winter.
That's what I'm feeling, yeah.
And then people are asking about water shortages and, you know.
That's bad. I mean, we can't afford a drought longer than this one.
Well, you know, I heard that Lake Mead is like the lowest it's been since it was filled in the 1930s. That's, you know, wow. Behind Hoover Dam. So I don't see that being filled up right away, but, you know, with rain and stuff, but I do see more rain than what you all have had. So maybe that'll help a little bit.
Okay. I do see it lightning.
I'm sorry?
I'm not seeing Armageddon drought next year.
No, I don't either.
So it's not that I'm wishing it. I just don't see it. I went through a drought years ago, maybe in the 80s, where they even advised you not to flush the toilet, but a couple of times a day.
Well, I think before this year's up, there's going to be, my guides are showing me water rationing. I just don't know.
Yeah. And then I'm getting rid of my lawn as we speak. And I'm switching to a fake lawn. They're coming on Thursday.
Here's somebody that wants to know more about the drought problems in Eastern Oregon. So that would count, right?
Yeah.
The Pacific.
Eastern Oregon got a lot of rain before this Armageddon heat wave came in.
Yeah. This is from yesterday, I think. Yep. The question was from yesterday. So, but I do see.
I don't see Oregon or Washington as bad as California.
No. But you know, I'm not seeing the horrible amount of fires in California this year like happened.
Me too. Yeah. At least around where I'm at, I didn't sense it.
I don't sense that either.
Of course, everything's burnt to a crisp.
There's nothing left to burn.
There's nothing left to burn. You drive up the driveway to make a left onto my street, and my sister was like, "Oh my God, it's charred. The whole hillside is charred."
Oh my goodness.
It was so weird. The things Americans are going through, and me, ever since I bought this house, I've been evacuated. This last time was like a bad dream. You could see the fire coming down the hill.
I know, you sent me pictures of it.
And then we were all exiting. Fortunately, everybody was kind because my driveway goes into the main street, and they let me in. They let me out. They didn't just let me sit there trying to get out. And as we're heading down the road, on both sides of us. On one side, and the cops were doing that weird boo, boo,
Oh
boo,
yeah,
boo,
yeah.
like evacuate, evacuate. We had sirens and everything going one way, and we had police cars yelling through their microphone, evacuate, evacuate. It was it was weird. It was so weird.
Have you heard anything about Sedona and Mago when we were there? I mean, we talked they were evacuating or
They
something.
didn't evacuate. Well, they didn't. It didn't get hurt, is what I heard.
Oh, thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
Um, before I just got to say one thing.
But
Our friends Rosaire and James had us to their house the other night for dinner, Saturday night. And Rosaire made the absolute best barbecue ribs I've ever had in my life. I thought mine were good, but hers were better. And her baked beans, I thought mine were primo, where hers were above primo.
what's her secret?
I'll find out. She's gonna send me the recipe.
Send it to me too.
She cooks them from scratch, but oh my God, I couldn't put them down. So Rose there is a retired state's attorney. Okay. And she asked me, Mel, what would be a good career for me to do in my retirement? So I said, I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel, and whoever gives the best answer gets a free reading from me. How's
Oh wow.
that? So,
So she's a retired what?
prosecuting attorney for the state of Illinois.
No, I wouldn't do any more attorney stuff.
No, she's keeping her license current, but
Yeah, but she could work for a nonprofit,
I suggested mediation.
something like that. Yeah.
But anyway, hi to Rosaire and
Hi,
James.
Rosera. When I come out, be sure to get your ribs on, girl. I'm learning how to make homemade chile rellenos,
Oh, those
and
are
I'm also learning how to make a good homemade salsa with some tomatillos. I've got to roast those. I've got to roast all this stuff. Anyway, let's see how it turns out.
I'll get a recipe from my friend Martha Guerrero. She will tell me how to cook tomatillos. So hi Martha, and I got to say hi to Don and Larry. They were at Rosaire's, and I had never played Yahtzee, and we played Yahtzee. I loved
You never played it? Oh, it's so much fun.
Yahtzee. And then we played a game called You're a Liar. So I was psychic, so I knew when everybody was lying. And that prompted us into a big discussion of Donald Trump.
And there goes the party.
No, we don't, none of us like Cheeto heads. So,
Oh, okay.
which brings me to another point. I just saw Glenn Kirshner, right?
Yeah.
He was talking about Bill Barr's interview. And I mean, it was pretty damning for Donald Trump. And Barr pretty much outright said that the Department of Justice told Trump that there was no election fraud, but then Trump decided to go ahead and tell the big lie. So I think that's going to bring about some criminal investigations.
Yeah, but Barr's still in trouble.
I'm sorry?
Barr is still in trouble.
Oh, Barr's clearly in trouble. Hugely.
He did some stuff for that guy. And I really felt like Barr was being bugged by Trump to a point that he couldn't handle it anymore.
Oh, exactly. I'm sure he was taking his Valium.
Yeah.
But
then of course Trump talks trash about him. May I ask you this?
Yes.
Did you watch my video today?
I watched part of it. I forgot I worked today, so I got
That's right.
pieces of
Well,
it.
there is something I need to forward. I don't know if I forwarded it to you, but I'll forward it to you. Someone at his event yesterday, at Trump's event, videotaped, and before the event even ended, hundreds of people were leaving. It's not that it was that full, but a whole bunch of people were leaving, and Trump was still talking. What does that tell you?
That tells you that he's losing popularity, and people, they just probably a bunch of them had it. That's what I'm into.
Well, I just think he went up there and kept whining, and they're like, you know what? It's not worth my time.
Well, I mean, I didn't watch it because I didn't want to not your video, but Trump. I didn't want to throw up when I watched Trump. But I did see Marjorie Taylor Greene, I call her the blonde bimbo, when she called, I forget who it was, but a member of the Jihad Squad. And I mean, and then she said this woman who I think who's a representative, and she said she's not an American, the lady is of a Spanish descent, and she came back on and really just gave an answer that didn't even play into Marjorie Taylor Greene so good. And by the way, folks, I see her gone. So
Green, yeah, and also, it may be that, first of all, Green won't be on that January 6th committee, period. I don't
no,
want y'all to worry about it. Second of all, I am feeling that AOC might file something against her,
they're going
restraining
to.
order or something.
And people are asking me if she's going to, gain power. And, it looks like she is a little bit, but she's at some point, she's not going to go down on the right side of history. That's for sure.
Right,
So she'll be gone.
right.
The other thing that came about is, you remember when you and I had predicted that Mitch McConnell would be investigated?
Yeah,
Well, according to that article, that McConnell kind of colluded with Bill Barr, so that Barr became a political operative for McConnell, because McConnell wanted the Republicans to win the elections runoff in Georgia.
yeah.
And that
And
is
he told
illegal.
him, you have to say this was not a rigged election.
Right, exactly. So where do you see that going? Because I see that being investigated.
No, because it's above board. That part is above board. McConnell told him, you have to tell everybody or tell Trump to stop it because it wasn't a rigged election.
But
Because
McConnell
what
didn't do
Trump
it.
was doing was hurting the ability to vote for their people.
Right, but McConnell didn't do it because of the big lie. He did it because he wanted to collude with Barr in order for these Democrats to win the. I'm sorry, McConnell thought that if he colluded with Barr on this, that it would cause the Republicans down there to win.
It's not collusion, though.
Okay.
That's what I get.
Okay.
I'm
That's
not
fine.
seeing. I see other trouble, but I see no trouble on that.
Oh shoot!
He was wanting him to tell the truth.
I was hoping we could add another one to the agenda.
Yeah. No, he was wanting him to tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell everybody this was not a farce.
Okay, now that
So
you've read on
people
my
will go out
parade,
and vote for our people.
hold on, just give me a second. I got to close this blind. The sun's coming in. I love technical difficulties. There we go. Hey, Linda, you're talking. The sun came out. You brought the sunshine, girlfriend.
There you go. That's what I'm talking. I got that magic touch.
You got that magic touch, Blanche. Here, by Deborah. Mel, I have yet to see a monarch butterfly here in is that Missouri? Is MI? What state is that? I don't know, Missouri. I don't even know. What's the abbreviation for MI? I should know this.
MI is Michigan.
Oh, Michigan. Okay. I have yet to see a monarch butterfly here in Michigan. Are they going extinct faster than they thought?
They're not going to be extinct.
No, I don't see extinction.
But their numbers are low.
Right.
But they'll come back.
And I also think that here again, it's just reminding us about climate change.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Alice Wilson, is there a person involved in the January 6th chaos that's flying under the radar? Someone we aren't expecting? If so, who?
I think Josh Hawley is in on it.
Well, he's in on it.
Yeah. You mean like, is there a big name coming out that everybody's all, well, I feel that Ginny Thomas, Justice Thomas's wife's going to be in trouble.
She will.
And I see people with money, Mercer and all that. That's going to come down.
That's all going to come out. But I keep seeing a lot more people in those ultra right-wing organizations whose names I won't mention. A lot more of them are going to flip. And so they're going to be able to trace a lot of that. My guides show me right back up to Trump. So, and
very interesting.
And my guides show me a lot more major or heavier sentences being given to those people who, in fact, did destroy the Capitol and hurt other people on the January 6th. So,
right
now people are asking about. And we've addressed this one before, we're going to bring it up again. People are asking about, will Trump become the president again in August, like he's saying?
No.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
The other thing people are worried about is, do we see any more violence in August? I see more violence, but not like the 6th of January.
I do see violence. I see cells. And I see the FBI on it.
Right. Here's a good
I see the
question.
FBI actually stopping something that could have been pretty significant, but they get in line with the chatter and they find out who it is.
I still see some violence, but here again, I think those people need to realize that, you know, if you do that, you're going to get in a lot of trouble, and there's going to be federal charges filed against them. So,
Right, right.
so a lot of these people that were in January 6th aren't going to get off easily.
Well, you heard that Trump wanted the National Guard to protect his rioters, not the police.
Oh yeah, and did you hear the one about this one? This might be old news already, but the people that were protesting Black Lives Matter, he said break their effing skulls and just shoot them as he held the Bible upside down.
Exactly, exactly.
Ooh, you know, a lot more of that stuff is going to continue to come out.
Yeah,
Um, and I'm seeing his niece write another book.
Mary, she is writing a book.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's writing another book.
Ooh, that's going to be tell-all.
Mhm, mhm. I hope her lawsuit goes good. She's suing him for stealing, and I think she's going to win.
Um, she will win. And I'll tell you what else is going to come down. A lot of people are wondering with them indicting the Trump organization, what's going to happen with that. But I am saying because that they're indicting the Trump organization, my guys show me legal papers and there's a big red stamp that says bankrupt. So a lot of those companies are going to go bankrupt. And I think in a way that's more poetic justice for Donald Trump, for him to have to bankrupt a lot of his companies, because what's going to happen, I intuit that the banks are going to start calling those notes.
That's what they were saying on the news.
Well, I didn't hear that, but that's how I
They were saying what will happen is they will end up calling in their notes.
How
Yeah.
about Douche's Bank? I see somebody from Douche's Bank, as you call it, coming forward and spilling some beans too.
Oh yeah, they've already spilled the beans. They all have it.
Well, there's more
A
people.
lot of the stuff couldn't come out because Trump was still in office.
Right. But I still see more of coming out about people from Douche's Bank. So
Douche bank.
Douche Bank, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Whatever.
Same
Okay.
thing.
This is from, same thing, right? This is from Good Kitty. Please tell what happened with Senator Kristen, is it Cinema? I forget. Cinema
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Arizona. Did she get bought off, blackmail, death threats, or what? What made her?
She got bought off.
Yeah, that's what I see.
She's taking money,
I see
just
money.
like Manchkin is.
Exactly. So I guess the next question is, will she be in office?
No, I feel her going.
They are, but I just hope that there's another Democrat that can take their place.
I think they're going to, I think Manchkin might make it in again,
He will,
but I see her going.
but she's going to go bye-bye.
But remember, he won't have the power anymore. They're not looking at him. So he doesn't have to worry about appeasing the Republicans.
Exactly. Okay. Ooh, here's a good one.
What?
This is by Ronnie W. All right. Charles Koch of the Koch brothers has been using his dark money to disrupt our democracy. Was he involved in the January 6th funding?
I'm feeling no.
No, I don't see that. And then they want to know, what are his ties to Russia?
I'm not feeling Russia. He's got his own money.
I'm not seeing Russia. I mean, and then, you know, people just want to know if he'll go to jail, but I don't see the Koch brothers in jail.
I don't see it. And also, there's only one Koch brother left. But also, Mercer is the one that's part of the Russian thing.
Exactly. And that's going to come out more.
That's going to come out. Yeah.
All right. This is a good one. Mary Sullivan, do we keep the same personality in each lifetime that we live? I say no.
Yeah. I think it changes up.
It does change. I think our personality stays in spirit and the energy, the life force comes back. That's my belief.
Right. Right. But, you know, personality is also part of ego, and there is no ego over there.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Okay, the New York Times revealed that 4 Saudis who participated in the 2018 killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi received parliamentary training in the United States the previous year under a contract approved by the US State Department. How long has US been training how to kidnap, torture, in this case, dismember, and then will the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman ever be held accountable? Well, the United States has been training stuff like that for years.
For years, for
It-
years. The 9/11 guys, they came in and learned how to pilot planes from us.
well, the Mujahideen years ago learned from us in the 80s when the Soviets were controlling Afghanistan. So,
Right.
and I don't think the Crown Prince will ever be held accountable. The answer is
I don't either. I don't see him around long.
I don't either.
I think they're worried about his influence and he may get taken out.
He is going to get taken out. You're right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, just give me a second. Oh, this is good. This is a long one. Okay. All right. By V. Laravela. I have a question. I would love you and Linda's opinion on this. Okay. As much as I yearn to see people from Trump will come and face justice, but are we as a collective hindering progress due to putting too much energy into him?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Right?
I said that on one of my videos. My guide told everybody he's decreasing. As he decreased, don't give him any more power.
Exactly. Okay, so she says, I'm not an astrologer. Linda's not either, nor am I. But if you're familiar with astrology, from what I have been seeing regarding Trump's chart, he has Saturn in the 12th house, which helps him or protects him from his enemies. Let me tell you that this man is not a friend of mine, nor do I feel neutral toward him or anyone associated with him. I often listen to Linda when she says we shouldn't wish bad upon them, but let's see. Hold on just a minute. I just want justice to come to them and soon. But as a collective, we need to change our consciousness, as we said. So she says, are we creating an energetic wall preventing or hindering progress by thinking too much? Or should we just all let karma happen?
I had a whole video on this.
Right.
Just the other day. My guide said as he decreases, there's more of us than there are of him. And the more we focus on that SOB needs justice, we create what they call a state of resistance. And we can't make it happen. We have to allow it to happen. He's doing this to himself.
Exactly.
So, but we were so phobic, even the news media, they still want to throw stuff out there about him just to get us. I heard Politico is saying that it's been told that Trump won't be subpoenaed or something with this. And Palmer report said, what do you mean it's been told? That's a lie. Why would they say that? It's probably Trump sending it out there. Trump, just like they said, Marjorie Taylor Greene's going to be on the 106 commission. As soon as I read that, I said, that's a bunch of crock.
It's totally
Marjorie Greene put out that rumor.
You're right. I feel that's a bunch of BS. You know, Rosaire's house the other night, we were talking about this same thing. And James said, the mistake everybody's making on the news is they give Trump too much attention. You don't give him attention, and guess what?
He'll just start disappearing.
Exactly.
Like all those people leaving he's up on stage. You can hear him talking away. Well, we'll see about Arizona. And it's like people are already leaving. I don't know what he said, but something changed on a dime. Hundreds of people.
So there was a question of our prayers that we're sending, for truth and light to come through are working, and look around. A lot of stuff you and I have said, somebody had sent me an email. It's really it's happening.
It's happening. It's just time frames. Exactly. We can never for sure put the time frames.
Like, look at Giuliani. He's lost his legal license, and Barr, and all of this, and the things coming out about Trump. So, okay, here's a good one. You'll like this one by Jason. What? Mel, I would like to know if Davin Nunes is going to get in trouble about everything he did when 45 was in office.
Yes, it'll take about a year though.
Yep.
But he's coming up for justice.
I remember that story where he was on some kind of committee and he ran right to the White House and they knew he did. Remember that?
Right, right.
That's all going to come out. So, okay, we've got some good questions, Linda. Okay. Ooh, okay, this is a good one. I know my answer and okay. Somebody says, please tell me if Lucifer plays a part in heaven and hell, does hell actually exist where he presumably presides over it? I don't believe in a devil like that.
I think humans can put out an evil that's pretty significant. And I've seen kind of evil.
Well, me
I've
too.
smelt it too. Yeah.
Well, me too. But I think rather than say the devil made me do it, remember Flip Wilson used to say that? I
Right.
or the I think sometimes we need to take responsibility for our own behavior as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
I think we're too quick to blame the devil when we really need to look at ourselves as humanity.
Right. Right.
At least that's what my guides tell me.
Yeah. And but I know in the young girls that saw the Virgin Mary, those children,
Oh yeah, I believe that.
it showed them hell.
Oh yeah.
Remember that? And they were all despondent.
Uh,
And I've always had an issue about hell. It doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I myself personally couldn't comprehend it, but it doesn't mean it's not there.
I can't comprehend it either, but
Yeah,
I'm not going to worry so much about going to hell. I'm going to concentrate on doing good deeds for other people.
exactly. There you go. There you go.
Okay.
I'm going to concentrate on lunch. I like to know what I'm going to have for lunch every day.
I had a salad day, but I'm having pot roast for dinner. That's what I'm.
Oh, okay. I told you about the dream I had with Gerard Butler, right?
Well, refresh my memory. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I just was the other day. It was so real. I was in a hotel, a fancy schmancy hotel, and it was like a ballroom, and it was like a long table, like you would thought you were at the Academy Awards with big, uh, you know, candles and fancy schmancy plates. And I sit down, and then next thing I know, here comes Gerard Butler, and he sits down next to me. And I'm thinking, oh, here we go. I'm going to have to eat like a lady now and act like I'm petite. And he starts talking to me, and he's intensely talking to me, asking about YouTube, asking me about my book, which isn't out yet. And he's talking and talking, and we got in such a great conversation. And then he said, Linda, I have to go. Can we exchange numbers? And I can talk to you later. I said, sure. So I gave him my number. He gave me his card. He gets up the lease. I remember thinking, I can't believe I just had this conversation with Gerard Butler. And then I'm like, go right back into ego. Oh no, if I meet him again, what do I wear? How ego got in that dream.
We can go, Linda got a boyfriend. Linda got
It wasn't even like that. Talking to him, it was about spirit.
I know.
It was about spirit, and it was so beautiful.
Wow.
So anyway.
Maybe it's prophetic. You know, I've had feelings that we're going to meet some very well-known people whose names I won't mention, and every time I had that feeling by synchronicity, I was able to meet them. It just happened. It's not like I planned it.
Yeah.
So, I know you knew a lot of famous people too. So
Yeah, yeah. I've had that in my life. I've always run with some pretty significant. Plus, my uncle was a producer, so
that'll do it.
so I got to meet people. Yeah.
I learn more about you every time we talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I was watching Miss America on Hulu about the equal rights for women movement in the 60s and 70s. Will this be ratified? I live in Missouri and was shocked that Missouri hasn't passed this. So hopeful with a female as our vice president. You two are awesome and bring lots of joy with both your channels, and I love you both. Blessings.
Thank you.
Just for that, we'll answer the question. No teasing. I've often said I see equal rights. I think it's sometimes we'll just take the gender equation out of it.
Yeah, don't worry. Missouri is in the backwoods. It'll come forward.
It's like where
It'll come forward.
um,
Well, you know, the worst thing they did, these governors in all these states, these red states, they took away their $300 a week They took away their $300 a week unemployment check.
Wow. Yeah,
And you don't
yeah.
do that. You
That's
don't do
horrible.
that to, you don't mess with people's money. And they're like, you all don't need this. And by the way, go back to your job at $7 an hour.
Don't,
And what, remember when they were talking about getting rid of Obamacare
yes,
and people came out in droves and voted?
exactly.
That's when Trump lost bigly because people came out in droves and said, no, we do not want this gone.
And you're right. That's for, I think, a lot of these Trumplicans and those people that are wanting to hold on to power, and we're cutting their this and that. And, they're really shooting themselves in the foot.
Like
You
when
think?
Trump went out there and said, yeah, I'm not going to give federal contractors, there's like 800,000 of them, their cost of living raise. In the meantime, he gives a tax discount to all his cronies. But yeah, you guys don't need that 2% raise.
Exactly.
What the hell?
What's that?
So these are voters.
Yeah, exactly. So, and there's another question, and you and I have predicted this as well. I don't think that voting rights bill is done. I still see something going through the Senate at some point.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, the one that.
Oh, well, tomorrow the Supreme Court's supposed to look at Arizona.
And you and I have predicted if it didn't
And
go.
they're going to turn around and say, you can't do this. I'm telling you right now, every time I see the Supreme Court, even though everybody fears the Supreme Court, but remember the Supreme Court is under a telescope.
That's right.
They're watching them and they're going to make sure anything they vote for is under the Constitution and they cannot get rid of voting rights like they're doing.
That's what you and I had talked about this, and I had also said the same thing, that the Supreme Court's going to say, states have the right to set their laws how to vote, but they cannot limit people's right to vote.
Yeah, they're going to say that whatever it is, they're going to say, oh yeah.
And I see Department of Justice stepping in even more about that audit crap.
Oh, it's a joke. The audit is a joke.
Well, there's going to be lots of lawsuits filed against that too.
Yeah, this is the last of the Mohicans. These people can't play this anymore.
Okay, let's see. Oh, this is from Earth Mama. I love the name. I recently heard reports that a Republican had threatened to have the Russian mafia go against his opponent. Is this now common practice with the Trumpsters running for office?
It was no more, though.
No more.
It was. They were doing that kind of work with Trump, but it's not anymore.
It's too much out.
That's how they got Lindsey Graham to change on a dime.
Exactly.
They had all kinds of stuff on him.
And here's another question. Speaking of Lindsey Graham, what will happen to Lindsey Graham?
Oh, he's going to be hiding.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out about him.
He interrupted with the Georgia elections. He's going to get in trouble for that.
Oh, I hadn't seen that one yet.
Yeah, he's going to get in trouble.
Heard it here, everybody.
Interfering.
And I see him losing power too.
Me too.
Thank God. Linda Wolf, I'm still wanting to know how people with dementia are thinking or doing and allowed to stay here when they can't communicate with their loved ones. I keep asking because my heart breaks for those that love and care for them. Why can't or don't they go to the other side?
I know, and it's really hard. It's harder for the ones who are taking care of them than it is for the person who's sick. The person who's sick doesn't have a clue what's going on.
What I say, I used to be a social worker in geriatrics. We helped set up Alzheimer's units, and I would always say that I think they're hovering
above their body. Yeah.
Well,
I know when they cross, it takes them a while to organize, to get sorted.
Exactly. So I really think I always saw them as hovering. And what I would do, I wouldn't say it out loud, but I would always send them the message, it's okay to let go. It's okay to cross over.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's how you do it. Okay. Well, DeSantis, be able to defund colleges and schools for the teacher for being too liberal. No teachers or professors to teach about people of color. They want to continue to whitewash the history of this country. So I guess
don't worry, all that's going to get changed.
it will.
The second half of this election will show the path that's going to happen, and these people are just going to be standing there. They can't do much. I mean, you got your red states. Certain red states are still going to hold on to this bullshit, but they can't take over the whole world. A lot of Republicans are coming out of the legislature, by the way.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
A lot of Republicans will be voted out of state legislature.
Oh, that's what I see too. And then here again, we've asked this question a million times, but it keeps coming up. People want to know if the Dems will hang on to the House in the
Right.
midterms, not the Senate, but the House. And I see,
Yeah, they're going to hang on. Yeah.
I see yes. So good. And obviously we'll have
So
the
that Florida, god awful Florida thing that happened. Do you see them finding more live bodies?
I pray they do, but I don't see it.
I don't see it either. I said on my show today.
I didn't see your show. I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance. I'll watch it when I get home.
Okay, well, you were busy all day, but
I'll-
also I saw, and I know they showed a family on TV, but I saw in spirit a man and wife and their small child walking along in spirit, and I feel like a lot of them are walking around because it's so confusing as to what just happened.
Right.
I can't be dead.
But then a lot of them know, you know, that it looks like, yeah, I can't be dead, but it looks like many of them cross like right over. In other words, they know they're on the other side. And then it brought up the question, when they did cross, was it painful? And the answer is no. They didn't even know what hit them. And that's why I think they don't know that they're dead.
Right. That's it. That's it.
I mean, they might find a few more people alive, but I'm not feeling it, Linda.
Yeah.
And then people are wanting to know what caused it. Well, you don't build stuff on reclaimed land.
And also it's just been going down for a while.
Exactly.
It's very unusual for something like that to happen.
Exactly.
But they were telling them that the cement was degenerating, and they didn't pay attention.
Well, I can't believe people in the other building won't evacuate. I told my husband, what would you do? He goes, I would have been out in a nanosecond.
I tell you, and you know that building's not going to go down in a horrible thing like this, but I see it being torn down.
It is going to be torn down.
So some sort of lawsuit's going to come up, and they're going to say you have to get all these people out of there.
I think.
Do you remember in China when that guy built that building half-ass?
Yes.
And it collapsed, and they took him out and executed him.
Right. I'm seeing that. You're right. I see that building torn down as well, the one next to it.
But this is something that isn't normal. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen all that often.
Well, no, it's not. But I think it shows us how much we need to really focus on infrastructure in this country, and how much we really need to have stronger building codes and really keep an eye on stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, my question is, who was minding the store?
Right.
And that's going to come out too. Okay.
Hey, somebody just said Ron Johnson is telling everybody we must take back our culture. I said, everybody get your robe. He wants his culture back.
I love it.
Jesus.
Okay. Now here's something somebody asked, and somebody says, is Trump delusions mostly caused by his addictions to supposedly alcohol and Adderall? To the best of my knowledge, Trump doesn't drink. I think he drinks his pop.
He does the Adderall, yeah.
Oh, he does? But
yep.
I think he's been delusional for a long time. This is nothing new.
Right.
So, all right. Will North Korea ever be free of Kim Jong-un? And when?
Well, what?
Will North Korea ever be free of Kim or the?
He's dead.
Okay, good.
They got a body double. His sister's running the whole works. That's what I think. That's my opinion.
Okay, you know what? I never concentrated on it before now. So, okay. All right. Ooh, this one's really good. April Evans. Mel, can Mother Earth tell us when she needs healing prayers? Well, I think she's telling us, don't you?
Yeah.
I think we just need to listen. All right. She says, I first hear a heartbeat, then I have this overwhelming feeling to go outside with my feet in the dirt and pray. Well, April, you continue to do that. Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Okay, Danielle, Will the Iran nuclear deal be scrapped due to the new extremist Iranian president's background of human rights violations? I don't see the deal being scrapped.
I see us hustling, trying to get them. Right now, they're not going to do it.
No, I'm not.
But I see us coming up with an agreement with them.
Uh, I'm sorry, you said you see an agreement?
I see an agreement with Russia.
Oh, okay.
I mean, with
Iraq.
Iran.
Exactly. Okay, this is good. I had a dream Trump died in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. If he does, is it intentional or natural? Or when he exited, is it intentional or natural? I've been saying that Trump has got to watch his health. I see illness all around. I don't wish him dead. I don't wish that anybody.
Plus, he had the virus.
Exactly.
And sometimes it causes some long-term problems for the elderly.
And but the thing is, when I try to see a long-term future for him, I never see anything.
Yeah.
Means there ain't one.
Nope.
Here's another Lindsey Graham. Teresa Rosenthal. Will Lindsey Graham ever be held accountable? Will Lindsey Graham ever be held accountable for anything? I feel like Trump has something on him because he's such an arse kisser, she says.
Well, it's not going to be Trump. They are already investigating him, calling Georgia and asking them to put aside legal votes.
Right.
He's going to get in trouble for that.
Good. All right. Do we have a few more to go, or do you want to? I got.
Well, what do you think is going to happen with Ivanka Trump? She lied she committed perjury. The statutory penalty is up to 10 years in prison.
Tell me about her perjuring herself.
She perjured herself she literally lied. They have all the paperwork on Twitter. Lied to them about the funds that went in. They stole again. They can't have a nonprofit.
Well,
they stole from the inaugural funds.
I see.
They made some sort of thing where they charge an outrageous price for the rental of his hotel. Yeah, they're in trouble.
Well, I had said that I saw a couple of his kids getting indicted and probably some kind of jail term.
But I'm telling you, this is what I saw, and you guys are going to find out what I said is true. She is going to rat on her father.
She will.
She will present anything she can to keep herself out of jail.
That's right.
She'll say, you know what? I followed what Daddy told me to do. Well, give us the proof.
That Trump would flip on his kids, but I think it's a little bit reversed. She'll flip on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Saying in Italian, Ivanka, well, scrivi quando arrivi. In Italian, that means write when you get there.
Right, exactly.
But, I just asked my guides a question in my head. Will they try to get her to flip? And if so, cut a deal with her? And I also see something like that.
Right.
So that just hit me. What else you got, Linda?
Axios just sent out something that Trump had. Dina Grayson, she has Twitter. Trump, I said you're an effing charge. Miley, well, I'm not in charge. Trump, you can't effing talk to me like that. Miley, God damn it, there's a room full of lawyers here. Will someone inform him of my legal responsibilities? Barr, he's right, Mr. President.
Whoa. Ooh. Ouch.
Oh, all these meetings, the details are coming out. Please, pray tell. Not that you and I will be listening.
Linda, you ain't seen nothing yet.
I can't wait.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm so excited.
Here's a good one. Will the girl who accused Trump of rape ever have her day in court? And I say the answer to that is yes.
Yes, I definitely see yes.
Another one that bothered me, there was this dog massacre in China every year at Yulin, and people ask if that ever stopped. I couldn't even go online and watch it because I love dogs so much.
I can't
want to get into the detail of it, but it will end. The answer is yes. And I say, yesterday is too soon.
Yeah.
All right. So
Well, my friend, it was wonderful seeing you.
it's always fun. I like this. Uh, anyway,
And
we always say we'll do it again. It's always tea with Linda and Mel.
right, right. But I like we're doing it kind of every other weekend. I got caught up almost every week and it's hard for me.
No, I like every other week.
Yeah,
That works.
definitely.
And we're going to be gone we're going to go to Ohio for 4th of July to visit our family there. And so I'm excited to see them. Hi, family in Ohio.
No, good.
What are you doing for the 4th?
My first husband was from Findlay, Ohio.
I'm sorry.
My first husband was from Findlay, Ohio.
Okay.
What am I doing for the thing?
For
I'm gonna lay in bed and tell someone to bring me a sandwich.
Hey,
I don't know.
how's Deborah?
Probably shish kebab. My kids like a good shish kebab.
Oh, I'll send you a good recipe.
Okay.
How's
Don't
Deborah?
forget, send it to me.
I will. How's Deborah?
Oh, she's fantastic.
Everybody, that's Linda's
Really good.
sister. She's
Yeah,
my new
she's
girlfriend.
helping me with my she's a paid employee now.
Oh, good.
So I got a lot of rest from her because she gets in there and gets stuff done. I'll tell you, she's so good at details.
Oh, I'm sure that she can like knock it out.
Yeah, she knocks it out. You saw how good she was in Sedona.
She was amazing.
Mary too. Mary's really good.
Absolutely. Yay.
Mary's so sweet.
Anyway,
So
how are
anyway.
your cousins, dear?
So, huh?
How are your cousins?
Oh, the cousins are good. Regina and Sue. Sue even wrote me and said, I got to tell you, I've been pretty tired. I'm just now kind of getting rallying again. That Sedona thing kind of kicked our butts.
You know, I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I had a great time, but it took me a while to get back into the swing of things because I think when we're working, it's so, we're working a lot.
With a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's intense and we're hooking into a lot of different energies and you got to come home and like regroup. But I came home and went right back to work. So
yeah, I came home and went back to work, but we did have that little bit of time in between. I know I spent one day in bed.
Yeah, but it was fun hanging out with you. It was fun. It was fun hanging out with you.
Oh, fun hanging out with you, my friend.
All right, sweetie. Thank you so much for doing this. We'll be back again in 2 weeks.
Okay, all right. Bye, you guys.
Love you.
Ciao.
All right.